We'll talk to Senator Biden, see what he thinks.
Ask him.
Let's bring in right now a man, I dare I say a myth, a legend. He is Democratic Vice Presidential nominee. Big hand, everybody, for Senator Joe Biden.
All right.
Hey, Republican territory, Senator.
Hey, Senator Biden. Being in the tank never felt so good. It is so good to have you. How are you? How are you doing out there on the campaign trail?
Oh, come on.
I'm doing great. Actually, 2 or 3 people occasionally show up to listen to me. That's a great line. And it's unfortunately probably true. It's close.
See, Barnacle, that's why I love the guy.
I was rescued from a blip.
Yeah. Hey, so anyway, Senator Biden, obviously a lot of people talking this morning about Sarah Palin, and we had heard all this talk about how she would be too delicate and too gentle for you, and you couldn't go after her hard. After she took off those gloves and started punching away at Barack Obama, you going to take off yours in the vice presidential debate? And
scared?
Feel free to go after her pretty hard.
No, look, I think she's going to be tough. I think she's going to be a tough debater. Joe, look, you've been in the business. They've really raised the bar about my great debating skills, which don't exist, and lowered the bar about hers. If they watched her last night, this is going to be a very, very skillful debater, and I'm going to have to do an awful lot of work to figure out how to deal with it.
You know,
I love it. That's like Bear Bryant. Let me tell you something. When Ole Miss comes into Tuscaloosa.
Now, Senator, she took a couple of shots at your campaign yesterday, saying that you and Barack Obama don't have collectively even, just a few, that you collectively don't have as much executive experience as she does. What do you say to that?
Well, look, I think she's done a remarkable job getting elected governor. It's a serious job. She should be taken seriously. But the idea that any single governor, even of a gigantic state, has sufficient experience to be able to manage a country of 300 million people, and that somehow gives them, you know, this executive experience is different. Look, the experience that is needed here is how are you going to restore our place in the world? Look, the amazing thing to me is, I didn't hear a single solitary word in that. So I didn't hear the phrase middle class used. I didn't hear a word about health care. I didn't hear a word about education. I didn't hear the word Afghanistan or Pakistan, where Al-Qaeda and bin Laden live. I didn't hear a single substantive thing. All I heard was a distortion of Barack's position and our position on taxes. And so, you know, this is right out of the playbook, I guess. This is a Karl Rove kind of deal, you know. But she did it really skillfully, and I think she's going to be a very competent opponent.
Pat Buchanan?
Well, Senator, how are you? Let me ask you this.
Hey, Pat, how are you?
Whenever they bring up the fact that I'm doing fine, Senator. Whenever they bring up the fact that she doesn't have experience, their answer is twofold. One is she's got more executive experience running a huge state like Alaska, which has as many people almost as Delaware. More experience as executive than both Democratic candidates, but in foreign policy, she's running for number 2, but Barack Obama's got the same negative amount of experience, and he's running for number 1 on the Democratic ticket.
Well, look, I just think that we got 60 more days in this campaign, and I think we vastly underestimate the intelligence of the American people. I'm not at all worried about them figuring out who is best prepared to lead the country, either as president or, God forbid, if something happened to the president, as vice president. And I really mean it, Pat. You know, maybe it's that Catholic school thing I have, but I really do believe that the American people are so focused on the enormity of the task ahead of the next president that I just think this is a lot of political theater. They're going to make a judgment about whether or not you know, who is best experienced, who has the greatest ability and experience today to deal with digging us out of the hole we're in, and we're in a pretty deep hole.
Hey, Senator, this is Mike Barnacle. One tough question before we leave you this morning. Are you getting enough rest? You feeling okay?
Oh, come on.
Well, I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. You know, I happen to watch Gwen Eichel. You know, when they introduced me down in Springfield, Illinois, and they had that long platform, and I started jogging out to the platform, and she said, Biden's speech was good, but he shouldn't try to run like that. I thought, what in the heck are you talking about? But, you know, I'm not used to this ingenue role. You know what I mean?
Oh.
But I'm okay. I'm okay, Mike.
You know,
I'm okay. I think I can make it.
All right. We love you, Senator Biden, and we continue our no attack Joe zone here on Morning Joe, and hope you come back very soon. Good luck out there.
thank you, Senator.
Thanks an awful lot,
Bye.
Joe. Thanks.